Hello, it's Justine from Gregor Girl Tarot stopping in to give you guys a collective read. And I've been meditating on the energy for a few minutes now, and it feels confusing, but it feels exciting. But it's interesting because the first oracle card that I pulled here was anxiety, and I'm wondering if collectively we're feeling excited and we're misinterpreting it as anxiety because we don't want to get disappointed. The next card I pulled was the broken heart, and I do think that a lot of us are leaning into our faith and our hope a lot more, but we're just we're a little shell-shocked. The word shell-shocked came to mind. I don't even know what that means exactly, but I think it means stunned by events that are unfolding around us. And then the next card I pulled was 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, and that's all about your crown chakra. And I do think that we're leaning in, well, people that are, I guess, of love and light and have faith in God and the divine are leaning into their crown chakra because, you know, you can trust that. Looking for next steps. I think everyone's trying to be prepared. And I don't know that that's the way to be prepared. Prepared for what, right? For the next crazy thing that happens? No, I don't think we can live in that place. I don't think anything creative or fruitful comes from that place. And that's why we're walking away. That's the next card. It's like we're walking away from things that don't resonate with us, or these grand actions that are happening around us that don't resonate in our heart space and we don't feel like we were a part of. It's like a mess that we didn't create, that people want us to clean up. So we're walking away from that right into this temple path. And this card is really interesting. If you look at that, can you see that? Temple path. The temple could be your own body, your vessel here. You know, it's like your crown is like your soul connecting with divine and your guides, your ancestors, whatever angels or deities or goddesses and gods that you are working with. It's like they have the answers because they're ancient and they've been around for a while and they have a higher perspective. And those orbs that you can see, that could be like 1, 2, 3, 4 different guides that you have that have been in your corner this whole time that you may or may not be aware of. It's like they hold the truth, your truth. It's like they're showing you what you already know, but you can't access because you've been so bogged down in this 3D and the drudgery of the 3D and the transformation that's happening in the 3D and how uncomfortable that might feel. So the anxiety may just be a fear of completely changing your perspective on things. Maybe going a different way than your community or that you've gone in the past, or even society. So I cleared the energy, and we're going to take a look. This is a collective read of what's happening right now in this crazy weekend of astrology, which I'm not even going to try. Magician and the Hierophant. Wow. I'm not even going to try to explain what's going on with astrology. There are other people on YouTube that know a lot about that. I just know that there's something intense happening right now, and there's a new moon. I think it's in Aries. There's a lot of planets hanging out in one area. I feel like it's a major transformation that's happening for all of us in this collective. If you clicked on this video, okay. So we're going to do a little Celtic cross here. Lights just flickered. Oh, first card out is the Empress. You have so much abundance already within you. Like if you had to walk out of your home or wherever you're staying with nothing but the clothes on your back, you would still have all the tools that you need to have a comfortable life and to be content. And you have admirers, like that little cat in the aisle. He's like, hey, can I come with you when you leave? I do think we could see your guides again in this picture. See those lights that kind of look like the orbs in the temple path? Those are helpers. Those are people that are assigned to you. They could be passed on loved ones, or friends, or just guides that you admire. You might think about a certain archangel a lot, maybe Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel, or you might even pray to Jesus a lot. These are your guides. And don't try to figure out how they're with you all the time, because that'll blow your mind. You don't need to know. But they're there, and you can see them. All right, let's see what we've got as our crossing energy. Emperor. I keep hearing Jesus. The Emperor. It really is going to depend on each individual, but you definitely have a helper. This could be your higher self. It could also be, well, it could be Jesus, but it could be a passed on loved one or friends, an archangel. This could be Archangel Michael. You have somebody with a very strong foundation who has a record to stand on. You know, somebody who really, really gets results in terms of moving energy around, in, you know, collapsing timelines and creating portals into new timelines. You have someone, some entity like that working with you very strong right now. And this could be what we're feeling, what you're feeling, is a presence bigger than yourself that feels overwhelming, like you could fall back and it's like, what's going to happen with the trust fall? Are you going to drown, or are you going to be held up? And that's that anxiety feeling. And then look at the clouds. It's like, yeah, there's some murkiness, there's some clouds, but nothing that's intimidating this Emperor. It's there. It's part of the story. It's not leading the actions or the energy that's being moved around by this strong Emperor. It's just there. It's part of the story. It's not guiding the story or leading it in any way. It's very accomplished, this guide. Again, it could be your higher self. All right, let me just do a few shuffles. I have already shuffled this deck a whole lot. All right, let's see. What do we have in our focus area? Yeah. Five of Pentacles. I think some of us are feeling disenfranchised, marginalized, looking for our people, or redefining where we belong, what we belong to, and who we can trust. Might feel like a little bit of an outlier or an outsider. Maybe that's important for you to feel comfortable in that way. And then you choose where you want to go. Not by necessity, but purely from choice. It's like you're surveying the landscape of what's there and deciding where you want to reside. This could be a cultural thing as well, because I'm just looking at the different toppings on the pizza. Four of Pentacles, past position. Yeah, like holding on to what you can hold on to is not necessarily the way moving forward. Because, you know, I'm looking at this, I'm looking and I'm seeing like maybe there's people that are vegetarian, maybe there's people who don't eat pork for their religion, there's people who are, you know, people have different ways of living and different tastes, right? And I think that often the collective may try to look at the things that are already available and decide, well, where can I fit? And I think that what I'm picking up on from your guides is that is not the way to look at it going forward. It's like, what are you creating, and who could fit with you? You can see everything that's going on around you. Is it working for you? Because you don't have to necessarily blend into something that's already there. You can create something new. And I think in the past, it's like we're holding on to these pieces of our identity that do fit or do match with these other, this could be what you studied in school, where you live, your socioeconomic class. This could be the religion that you were raised with. It's like you're comparing yourself against these already established things. And like, okay, what can I hold on to? Well, I do resonate a little bit with this, and I get along with these people, and these people are like me. We grew up together. I can stay here because it kind of works for me. That's in the past. It's not working anymore. Not in this new earth vibe. All right, move these over here. That one just jumped off, so let's just see what it is. Ooh. Queen of Pentacles. I think you're focused on your home, your health, your money, your relationships, everything that's in this world, in this 3D world. Which is ironic, right? Because you're tapping into your crown and talking to your guides that don't necessarily, spend most of their time here in the 3D or any of their time in the 3D. Let's see what this is. But you are expert. You are expert at blending in, fitting in, making it work, being somewhat of a chameleon, walking into a mess and making sense out of it, kind of getting everybody on the same page. I think that's a skill of yours that maybe isn't serving you anymore. Worrying about fixing things that are already in existence that are broken from the foundation. Trying to salvage a meal that has gone totally wrong. There's too much salt. You burnt something. Or somebody else did. They bought the entirely wrong ingredients. Whatever it is, it's like, sure, you can fix things up. Fix what's broken. Put some, electrical tape on something. Repair it with a piece from another piece. But let's see what's in the future. I think you're done with that. I think you're absolutely done with that. What isn't good enough anymore. That's okay to say. It's not. It's not. And maybe we are really apprehensive about accepting that because it took so much work to fit into this thing, this broken thing. It's been broken for a while. That the idea of creating something else that could possibly not work as well just seems extremely overwhelming. And yet that's what we have to do. Because you're in the Nine of Wands. I mean, you're succeeding, but at what cost? And what's next? Let's see. What's next is like, this is your moment where you are like, I've been practicing for long enough. I've been refining my skills. I have fixed lots of problems. I'm a fixer. I've done that. It's not making me happy putting things back together for other people. Trying to salvage all these things that I already started, the masters that I already started, the degree that I have from 100 years ago. I'm waiting to retire so that I can take my pension. I want to do this, I want to do that. All these plans that you started 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe even a year ago. It almost seems like the reward at the end for enduring this is not even worth enduring the rest of it, which is, I know it's not a popular concept to give up on something or to walk away or just to cut your losses, but I just think that that's an underestimated path. But this is the King of Wands. This is like, yeah, all or nothing. This is like, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. This theater will be packed with people by nighttime, and I'm going to perform. What am I waiting for? Type vibes. And let's see the environment. Yeah. This is how people are seeing you. As someone who can create, not just play something that someone else composed, which is a skill. People are super talented at this. This is somebody who's creating something out of nothing. That's how people see you. Maybe if you admit that you see yourself this way, then you'll feel like you have to deliver, or like there's a possibility you might not deliver. Maybe it's better to just not admit that you're the magician, because then you don't have too much pressure on you. But the fact is, you're the King of Wands and the magician. That's how people see you. You are decisive. You can totally, you could hurt things. You can destroy things. You could also make things. It really depends where your focus is. That I don't know. Like I can't see that from here, but I do know that you're concerned with your physical comfort, whether that's, your money, or your health, or, where you reside, or something that you're building in this world. You're concerned with that, and you have all the tools to totally walk away from what you have now and create something even better, if you choose to do so. I think people perceive that as failure sometimes, and I think it's like the bravest thing in the world to do. Because look what your strength is. You're an earner. Look at that, 10 of Pentacles. You don't have to salvage stuff that other people put together so that you can get by, so that the group can, justify whatever that they've been doing, right? You on your own can start something with your guides, something that you're passionate about. It's King of Wands. And you are an earner. That's the 10 of Pentacles. That's an entire pepperoni pizza right there. And definitely enough to share. Or to, I don't know, maybe put in the freezer. You could heat it up on another day. Who knows? Let's see what the possible outcome is, depending on what you do, because free will is always at play. Let's see if I've been called to go here. King of Cups. If you do follow this path, you have like a what's this called? What's this word? Fulfillment. To be satiated, to feel at peace, to feel like you can just, like these people, they're kind of just walking around. This is the seaport in Manhattan. They're walking around, they're looking at shops. It's a beautiful day. There's wind, there's sun, there's sailboats. It's like being outside in nature on a beautifully peaceful day. And people just, no one's rushing around, right? They're not getting into the subway to go to work, or racing down Broadway to get somewhere, or hailing a cab, trying to stay in the crosswalk, and there's beeping. There's none of that. This is just in the middle of this busy, busy city. Well, it's downtown, but there is this beautiful little oasis. And this is what your resting could be. This could be your life right here. And putting your head on the pillow at the end of the night and going, I did that. I walked away from that thing. I sold my thing, or I traded it in. I scrapped that project. I went for something that just felt better for me. And boy, am I glad that I took that risk. All right, I do want to clarify the 9 of Wands. Get a little bit more information on that. The moon. The moon. You've been hiding how hard this has been for you. You look like the Empress, but that's only what your people are seeing on the outside. Empress not having to do with gender, just having to do with being fertile, being a starter, somebody who can really make something happen, talking about creative and abundant in ideas. But like, what is the cost? Like, what is it? Have you been suppressing that to make other people feel comfortable? Or have people been like taking advantage of your ability to create, and maybe you don't feel compensated or seen? The Nine of Wands is something that you're not showing other people, and you might not even be showing yourself. What is it that you're trying so hard to hold on to? Let's look at the Four of Pentacles over here in the past position. Your family, your community, the people you work with. Are you afraid that if you don't play the part that you've always played and show up the same way that you've always shown up, that they're not going to want you to be a part of what they have going on anymore? Because that's valid. That's valid, but you're the Empress, so you're not going to have a hard time finding the right people for you. And if the people that are currently loving on you and making you feel like you're part of their group, if they're not allowing you to grow and change, and they're playing chess here, you might want to change course. You might want to win at something. Are they okay with that too? Do you have to stay small to be a part of something? I want to find out one more. Let's find out more about this King of Cups position. What's that about? What's the fear? What's the hope? What would that be like? Is it something that's always been there that you just haven't capitalized on yet? Like you became an accountant, but really you are, I don't know, a saxophone player? Or do you absolutely love doing, I don't know, triathlons? Or are you really, really happy working with your church or your faith-based community, and you want to start doing sermons, or you want to join the choir, or like, is there something that you are just really, really good at, or that makes you happy, that you've just kind of shelved because it doesn't earn you money or respect or status? Maybe it's been there all along, something that you've just been like hiding or concealing from yourself, because failing at that would hurt so bad, because it's something you actually enjoy. Whereas work, it's like totally socially acceptable to be like, oh, I can't stand my job. Three of Pentacles. If you're walking away from something that you've already started, that, Seven of Pentacles, it could have been in the process. You could have a business or a band or even a family that you've been working on. And if you start something new, it's going to affect the people around you. But like, what good are you to them if you're living if you're only occupying 70% of your potential? Because I see that dough in the air as potential. It could fall on the floor and then you've got nothing. Or you could land it and you might make the best pizza ever. Who knows? All right, let's get a couple of cards of advice. Well, back of the deck is Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is your crown, walking away, and the temple path. And I don't mean it has to be something that's religious. I just mean that it's something that is about life force. It's not something that you can explain. It doesn't fit into a box. It's not about your 401k or your what's the word? like where you fit in the hierarchy, what role you play in your family. It's not about that. This is about creation. This is about inspiration. So let's just see a couple of cards of advice from Spirit. Oop, that one fell out. Whew. Hierophant. The Hierophant, look at that. Gosh, you are a part of something. You are a part of something really, really special. This doesn't have to necessarily be an organization or your job or even like a spiritual or religious organization. This is like, this could be the higher realms, your support there. It's like you have a lot of resources that aren't necessarily tangible. You can't see them. They're not in a library. They're not necessarily written down in a book or anything, but you can access it. You could think of this as the Akashic records or a past life, something outside of your everyday 3D existence that is bigger than you. The advice is to tap into that. It could be religion. It could be leaning into your faith more and what that faith is really about. I mean, not just like following the rules of the faith, but really leaning into the meaning behind it in every way. Even if it's not the word simpatico, even if it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? Congruent? It could be something that seems counterintuitive. Let's put it that way. Something that you've been working towards, you might just go, nope, I'm gonna do this instead. Okay, let's see what this card is. Yeah, 4 of Cups. You can leave your true desires and your passions on the shelf. You can, in exchange for something that feels more secure, more tangible, something that you can say, in 4 years I will do this. I can get this contract if I perform this way, etc. You can do that. That's an option. I'm not even saying it's a bad one. I just don't know if it's going to be as fulfilling for you if you do that. And things are really getting shook up right now, so this might be a good time to reevaluate these things. Okay, so I want to do something fun because I like this dice right here. I got this at like one of those like Chuck E. Cheese type places with my kids. Like we spent like $200 and had to play a lot of games. We had like 2,000 tickets, and then I think we got this. I don't know, what a racket. But here it is. If you have a question, we're gonna get you an answer. So think of a question in your head. It should be pertaining to this reading because that's what I'm tapped into. I'm gonna get you an answer. All right, your question, you got your question? The answer is I don't know. I don't like that. Let's do it again. Can you give us something, Spirit? Give us something. Might give us I don't know again. So yes. Really, so nobody knows because you have to make the decision. But if you choose to take the path that we've been talking about here, this temple path, the answer is so yes. So anyways, you guys, I love you so much. And I'll see you soon. I have something else that I want to put out, maybe even later today if I can find my notes from my channels that I got. But yeah, have a great day. And I will see you soon next time. Bye-bye.